Each one of us at a certain point in our lives, we feel like we don't own our bodies anymore, we don't own our minds anymore, and we basically don't know what we need to do about it. But then there's always a way of dealing with something, and today's video I really want to talk about the signs of a burnout and what you should do in case you find yourself observing such signs in your life. My name is Irene. Stick around. So when it comes to burnout, this can really affect your mental, physical, and spiritual well-being, because when you start feeling a certain way in your life, then it stops you from doing the right thing the right way, but rather you just do it because of an influence that is coming from inside you. So recently I experienced a burnout, and this happened because of probably what was happening, what I was, I didn't have time for myself. I was so much soaked into a lot of things. I was running up and down, I was doing this and this. So now just imagine you have a whole bunch of things on your head, but then you don't rest enough, you don't have time to do certain things, you don't have time to, think straight. So you basically don't have that time of trying to evaluate yourself and how you've been doing things. So, and this affected my productivity in different ways, but over the time I realized that I was really experiencing a burnout, and these are some of the signs that I had started experiencing. So if you're experiencing these signs, some of these signs, please just know that you need help from someone, or you need to know exactly what to be done. The very first one is I was feeling tired all the time. I was having that body weakness, basically because I don't rest enough. I have school at night. I'm an online student, just like I shared with you earlier, so I have work at night. So I almost spend the whole night sitting. I'm on the computer, and then I have to use my mind. During that time I have other things I'm running, I have my work, I have family. So there is no, even I couldn't afford having 1 hour of putting my head down. So only that made my body so weak. So the moment my body was weak, even my mind was 100% affected. So I was always tired and I was always sleepy, and because of that I started complaining. So if you over complain about certain things like I don't have time to rest, I'm so tired, even I'm something doing this and this, I'm so tired, I need time to, so you start complaining, and that and your complaining comes from you not having enough rest. So you feel like you're overworked, you're overworked, you are over exhausted, and you start developing such, and this moment you start complaining, then it's really not something good. You are going to become more unproductive. Even where there is a good opportunity, you will never say it. So the fatigue is number one. Number two is over complaining. Number three is stress. Like when you're stressed about something, then probably it affects your health. Like as for me, if I'm stressed, like really I'm stressed, I start having severe headache. It doesn't stop. It can take even the period I spend when I'm stressed will be the period I spend feeling that headache. So however much I take painkillers, I drink a lot of water, I take some fruits and vegetables, it will not go out, not until I deal with the way I feel, with the stress I have. So, and because of that, my mental being is being affected, my physical being, because if you're sick, there is nothing you can do. There is totally nothing. And even your spirituality will be affected as well. So number four is depression. So some people go through depression. I'm grateful that I haven't gone through that, but I've seen some people going through, experiencing, going through or having depression, simply because of what what is happening around them. And depression is something very, very serious. It's a mental illness issue, it's a mental health issue. So depression can lead to people developing dangerous and life-threatening ideas like committing suicide, like probably doing something wrong to someone because they are really fed up. So if you have any kind of like depression, and something I didn't actually something about, sorry, something about stress, I really want to say that sometimes stress comes from different things. It can come from work, it can come from your peers, it can come from home, it can come from anywhere. So just take a note of that. So back to the depression. So it happens, and I've seen so many people probably going through that, and it's really, really life-threatening. So if you find yourself feeling in such a way, please seek for help. There are so many people who are willing to talk to someone, or not talk to someone. There are so many people you can talk to. So even though you feel like, okay, no one is willing to listen to you, but there are so many people willing to listen to you, willing to listen to us. We are willing to listen to anyone. So the other sign is anger. Like when you get angry, it has been happening. Like I happen to be very big. I started being a picky person, that even the slightest thing would make me mad. A case in point, if I leave my makeup bag in a spot, I just wanted to find it there. So I don't want anyone probably to move it slightly to the left or to the right. No, where I left my makeup bag should not be removed by anyone. So the moment I find myself like, the moment I find that it has been slightly moved or placed into another spot, then that could make me really, really angry. It can be anything, like even someone just doing the something very small. It could really, really make me angry. So when you find yourself becoming short-tempered, easily irritated, then just know that you are really burning out. You need time to rest. So those are some of the things that I discovered of late, and this is what I did. This is what I did. The very first thing, I asked for a leave from work. So I knew like I really had a lot of things to deal with. So, and I was really becoming sick because I was really tired. I needed time to rest. I needed time to nurse myself. I needed time to be with my family. So I asked for a leave. So for those who can ask leaves from your bosses, you can do that. For those who own your businesses, you can still find someone sitting for you and then have time with yourself. So the very first thing was, I knew I needed to be alone. I asked for a leave from work. Secondly is meditation. Meditation has really helped me a lot. Every day I have my 10 minutes of just sitting in my car spot. One day I'll show you my comfortable spot. So I will just sit, relax, and start communicating with the universe. And this really, really is helping me a lot. And I believe the more I do it, the more I feel more better. It takes away all your fears, your worries, your bad feelings, and it gives you that energy that you need to wake up every day and do something better. So, but most times, meditation would be good. It would be more effective if you do it like 20 minutes. But as for me, I do it 10 minutes for now. Maybe with time, I will increase on the time that I spend meditating. So you need meditation, just sit down, relax. If it's listening to natural music, natural sounds, please do that. There is power in meditation. The other thing is remind yourself these things. So every day I look into the mirror and I tell myself, Irene, you are very beautiful. You are very nice. You can do it. You can do it. So I tell myself that, I measure them like 10 times every day in the mirror, and there is that energy that I get, to know that I'm beautiful, to know that I have that energy of doing great things, and I can do it. And trust me, at the end of the day, I register good success. No, I register good success. The other thing is I love journaling a lot. So every day I journal out. I express my feelings. I write down my feelings, what has transpired in the course of the day, and it's really helping me a lot to, especially psychologically with my mental well-being. It's helping me out to know how I feel at a certain moment, whether I'm happy, sad, disappointed, and all that. So I just make sure that I write down everything, the way I felt in the course of the day and how I'm still feeling about it. So it really helps me to keep track of my mental well-being, my physical well-being, and so forth. The other thing is every day I have someone who's there listening. I have someone who sits to listen for me, and of course, that's my hubby. So he's a very, very quiet guy and reserved guy. So every day I have to make sure that I talk to him. I talk to him. I share with him how I feel. I share with him certain things. I ask him certain questions. Good enough. He's a castle. He's a he's doing public health, but he has a degree in counseling and guidance. So he's a very, very good listener. So I love talking. I love, besides opening up to my journal, then I know I have someone to open up to through. So I do that every day so that I keep track. He helps me to keep track of what I happen to be going through, all what I have in my mind. And my eternal companion, thank you so much for always being there for me, for listening, for having time to listen, to listen to my weird ideas. Thank you so much. But at the end of the day, I register success. So the other thing is prayer. So prayer has helped me a lot, and I am more prayerful than before because just like I told you, like what you go through, the burnout, those feelings that you develop over the time can really affect your spiritual, mental, and physical being. So I read more of my scriptures and I pray more because I have a routine that I'm following according to my own capability. So prayer is really helping me a lot, and scripture study. So sometimes when necessary I fast when I really, really have a purpose of fasting. So and the other thing is having time to have a walk. So I have 1 or 2 hours every day just to have a walk with myself. Sometimes, of course, when Ivy is around, I do that with her, but I really want to have that walk. I enjoy the nature in my neighborhood. I go, even I go to the neighborhood I've never been before and experience something good. So it's very, very good, especially that evening walk. It really works out for me after a long day of trying to put things together. Then I basically have that walk with myself. When my people are around, sometimes I have it with Ivy, even when the father is out. So we just have that car evening walk as a family, and it's really working out for us. So it's really helping me a lot to really, to think about certain things, appreciate the nature, appreciate the world as I look at different, as I said, my eyes on different people. I come to appreciate myself more. I come to love myself more. So the other thing I used to complain about that I'm not having in abundance was sleeping. I love sleeping. I love sleeping, but I can't sleep the way I want to sleep. So I love sleeping, but I can't sleep the way I love sleeping. So during the day, the fact being that I'm now home, so during the day I have 2 good hours of putting my head down, and it's very, very interesting that even my people at home, they know when mommy is sleeping, when sweetheart is sleeping, waking her up. So we just have to sort out ourselves. So it's really hoping that even when we are home, two of us with Ivy, if I say Ivy, I'm going to sleep, they say, Mommy, sleep well. Yes, I go to sleep and she will never wake me up. So I make sure that I put close some of the things she might need, so that if it's like eating, she just grabs it and eats it. If it's like drinking juice or yogurt, is just there. So even when I'm sleeping, my hubby will not wake me up until my 2 hours. So I don't. So I just have my alarm set. I sleep, relax my body during the daytime. Then I wake up and continue with my life as a mother, as a wife, and as a student. So those things have really helped me a lot, and appreciating other people. It's very, very, very important. So last but not the least is receiving people the way they come to me. So it's very, very important. I don't know. I used to do this a lot. Whenever people came to me, probably, I'll kind of like see through them, trying to see through them. But of late, I'm just appreciating the way people come to me. If someone comes to me and tells me something, or they come to me in a different, image, with a different attitude, I just receive them the way they come to me, and I just leave the rest. Things don't matter to me. So I just receive it the way you come to me. With other things about you you've not told me, probably then cut out. Yeah, so it has helped me a lot to stop even engagement as well. This is something very important. Get rid of toxic people in your life. So yeah, getting rid of toxic people in your life, toxic relationships, has helped me a lot. I'm not that social, but when I do social, when I get close to people, I get close for a reason. So when I realized there's some people who are not adding up something to me, and I was not adding up something to them, I just cut ties with them. And we just stop at like, hi, hello, in case even we come across, but even when we are far from each other but still in the same place. So I just don't feel like it's really necessary, because I'm trying to put myself together and find a purpose that I need to find in my life. So it's really very, very important even to really have people that you add value to, and they add value to you. So you don't consume them, or they consume you, and you think that is really going to help you a lot. So that's a whole lot of, it's not a whole lot, it's a short list of the things that you need to do. So if you feel any of those signs that I mentioned earlier, please try to do these things, and it will help you a lot. So thank you so much for keeping up with me, and if you've not yet subscribe, hit the notification button, and please don't forget to share with me as other signs probably you've experienced and I've not shared with them. You can get to the comments box below, and please share with me other signs of a burnout that you have experienced, so that we can help a brother, a sister who might be going through all that, or even the next time when I experience such again in my life, I'll try to apply what you've shared with me. Thank you. See you next time. Bye bye.